Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this video you can watch the forecast for your star sign covering up the week April 28th up until May 4th, 2025. And remember that watching for your star sign for where the sun is, so under which star sign you are born at, that will give you the idea what you're gonna face throughout the week. Watching for your moon sign, or where the moon is sitting, in your natal chart is going to give you the idea how you're going to feel while you're dealing with stuff ahead, and watching for your rising sign is going to give you the idea how you're going to deal with what you are going to face throughout the week. So with that said, enjoy the forecast for your star sign. This reading is going to be for Aries, sun, moon, and also rising. So let me shuffle the cards well, and after that let's see what you are going to have to face going into this week, April 28th to May 4th, 2025. Right. So the first card for you, that will be the Chariot. Second card of your reading, we have the Lovers. Afterwards, that will be the Fool. And the final card for you, Aries, we have Nine of Wands. So a bit of a rough week ahead is what you're going to have to deal with going into this April 28th to May 4th reading week. That is the reading that it is showing, and the first thing that really makes an impression here is the Lovers, that it is coming up into the second position. This is a negative position into the spread. Okay, so what we have for you, it is that at some point throughout the week you are gonna be left without a good options ahead of you and stripped of, let's put it that way, certain allies or certain resources. And this particular situation, it is most likely to arise in a subject or in a situation that it is concerning your place, your rental place, your home, or if you are hoping to purchase a home or change a rental place, and so on and so forth. So you need to be very, very vigilant when it comes to those subjects throughout the week, leading up on the negotiations, being put your back against the wall by, for example, the buyer or the seller or the landlord, and so on and so forth. And the first thing you need to know here is that you do have options available. The landlord or the seller or the buyer and so on and so forth, they do know about those options available, but they will not going to divulge those options available that you do have right away. They're going to give you the most disadvantageous ones that you can take, and that's why the week for you is going to feel very rough, that you don't have much room to maneuver with, much room to wriggle forward, and overall that any path, any choice you make that this week is covering, it leads to a very disharmonious state of yours. Pretty much it leads to a situation that you don't want to be involved into. Okay, but this is how it's going to seem at the start. So first thing is that we have here is the first card, that is the Chariot. It shows the overall atmosphere of the week, and in generally the topic, and you know, how the week is going to go forward. And the Chariot shows that this is going to be a week where you can't really rely on anyone's help, and any situation that you do face, especially this one with you know, the landlord or the seller or the buyer that I described, that is involving a real estate, which, by the way, is going to play out either through social media, which is less likely, but most likely through the phone. It could be with a broker as well, if you are seeking a real estate property through some kind of an agency. But bottom line is that you will feel that your situations are stacking odds against you. And at some point, even they may look overwhelming. It's like it's impossible to be overcome, indomitable situations. And that's going to be the moment where your faith for the future, your will, and as well your determination is going to be tested. And if you have armed yourself with an iron will, strong determination, you are not budging away from the price you are willing to settle on, and you're willing to do whatever it takes, okay, in order to get on top on the situation. On top on the situation you are going to be at the end of this week, as we are going to get into in a minute here with the 9 of Wands. This is how the week is going to wrap up. But the overall atmosphere of the week, it is that everything is against you. The odds are against you. The people that you are supposed to work with are against you, that you can't really rely on anyone. But the result is a triumph against all odds. And as well, how can I put it into words? A very strong sense of pride. You are going to be extremely, extremely proud of yourself. Wrapping up the deeds of the week. And as I said, the Lover switches into the second position here, okay, the Lover's card, the second position, what is going to work against you. These are the choices that you can take throughout the week. Neither of the choices is going to be either the one you want or the one that simply breeds logic, the one you have to take. They are going to be compromising choices that feel very out of sync, that feel very out of harmony, and choices that, should you take one or the other, they will just going to create problems that doesn't need to be there. But the Lover's card, the second position, it is a conditional position, meaning that you don't have to make a choice right away. You can stall, you can wait, and you can, like I said, not budge. Your iron will and your determination is going to be pretty much tested. And don't get me wrong, all this is tailored so you can get screwed. So throughout the week, if you are negotiating again a deal for a real estate, or you're moving house, you're renting a place, be very careful and vigilant when it comes to what conditions you are signing, you are putting your signature under. And the third card, which is the Fool, this is what helps you throughout the week, the energies that are supporting you. And the Fool breeds only one thing, pretty much anything is possible. Any conditions can be signed, right? Any kind of deal can be struck. So if your landlord, or you're the seller, you're trying to sell your house, or the buyer, the buyer that you're trying to sell your house, or the seller that you're trying to buy the house from, are telling you, no, this is out of the question, and so on and so forth. No, it isn't. It isn't out of the question here, because if the deal, at least according to the Fool card, if the deal doesn't kind of like suits you well, and this is any kind of deal, not just only real estate is most prominent, but for any kind of deal we're talking about here, if the deal isn't suits your needs and doesn't suit your doesn't fit your criterias, it can be omitted and built up anew. So don't be afraid here to restart any kind of negotiations going into this week, April 28th to May 4th, 2025. And the final card that I drew, which is a 9 of Wands, shows how the week is gonna wrap up. And if you are following, the energies of the cards, you do not give up, and you are always ready to restart negotiations, and you are not rushing your choices, feeling that you have a boot being pressed on your neck. Okay, then by the end of the week here, through the 9 of Wands, the week is gonna wrap up by you having the upper hand to dictate the rules. Nine of Wands, it is when you do have the room and the freedom to align or structure, if you will, the circumstances and the conditions the way that suits you well and the way that suits your needs. And this most likely is going to be accomplished through the experience that you are going to put into work throughout the week, doing these negotiations, fending off attacks or fending off surreptitious moves, being tailored to beguile you into signing up something that you're going to regret after. So the week can end very, very well for you. But again, it will be a week where you are going to be tested. Okay, how much you stick to the criteria you have, and how I don't want to say heroic, but more like how much of a fighting spirit you have in yourself. And so that was the reading for your week, Aries. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, guys. And hopefully we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.